Good afternoon, everyone. Kamusta kayong lahat? I hope you are all safe and sound while attending this activity. I'm so glad that you are watching this orientation for us to have a better understanding on the latest issuance on career guidance program for school year 2020-2021. Let me share my screen. So basically, we have four discussion agenda for my talk. The first one is career guidance concept for us to have a brief context on what we will be discussing here. Second would be knowing the beginning of career guidance in basic education. So I know for a fact that there are people here who 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 know the beginnings and even how career guidance program started in depth ed. So what I'll be sharing with you are just based on the documents we gathered or based on the available documents that we have in the office. The third item would be the law that mandates the establishment of career guidance and counseling program or the RA 11206. And lastly, the career development and in homeroom guidance. So those are the coverage of this talk. When we talk about career, it is defined by Brown 2012 as a series of paid or unpaid occupations or jobs that a person holds throughout his or her life. So the job that we are doing is considered a career, so as the different occupations in the world of work. Another important concept that is imperative for us to have a common context is the career development. I also got the definition of Brown 2012, and he defines it as a lifelong process involving psychological, sociological, educational, culture, economic, and physical factors, as well as chance factors that interact to influence one's choice of a career. I would like to underscore here the words lifelong process, as even adults are still in the process of career development, and that includes us. Who knows what will be our occupation after retirement? Have you ever wondered what you are doing that time? Or maybe there are colleagues or even other professionals who would change their field or interests along the way. Those things are considered part of the lifelong process that we are talking about. And our dear students would also experience the same development and process. When we talk about career development or career guidance, we have to put ourselves in the right perspective as it does not operate in isolation. Okay? I, for one, as a registered guidance counselor and educator, believe that career pathing should always consider the academic performance, aptitude, psychological well being, interest, and other factors. Hence, we must always remember that the main house of career guidance in school is the guidance and counseling office where services are afforded to students. These are just photos of the services or maybe the areas that guidance and counseling services are um, are manifested, no? So as you can see, this is me with my students before during when they when I was still in the university, no? Let me use again this sample guidance and counseling service pie chart, which I used during the homeroom guidance orientation. As you can see here, there are services that can contain or address the career development of our students. For instance, information service could be about a topic on the different occupations when we make seminars for or even our bulletin board displays. the different occupations or the world of work, it contains already a career development aspect that this service has. Another would be, of course, the huge chunk is counseling. Counseling, particularly career counseling, is a service that would really help our students in their career pathing. Psychological assessment includes career interest inventory, which in depth ed can be a form of NCAE. No? And then students could also avail consultation service with counselor about their curriculum exits. And of course, placement service, which aids our students to find the right institution for their chosen curriculum exits. I just would like to emphasize that K-12 program prepares our students not only to take college or higher education after basic ed, but they are being equipped to take middle skills development, to be an entrepreneur, or even to land a job or employment. So whenever you do your career guidance program, keep in mind that there are other curriculum exits. I know for a fact that there are RGCs and non-RGCs here, no? So shout out to all of you, especially to RGCs who have a rare species nowadays. And of course, to our career guidance advocates, school heads, supervisors in the region and division levels, uh, this is all for you, no? As we do things here in depth and for our learners. So let's just have a quick glance on the difference between and among career guidance, career counseling, and career advising. Ano bang kaibahan ng tatlong ito? Career counseling can only be performed by an RGC. So wala na tayong pag-uusapan doon based on RA 9258, and it focuses on the individual's realization for career decision, while career guidance and career advising can be given by an RGC and non-RGC. Career guidance advocates or placement officer or trained teachers in the career development. Career guidance focuses on getting information to have an informed decision, while career advising focuses on making sense out of the information at hand, context, and conditions. So I hope the difference between and among these three concepts are clear already. So how did career guidance start in basic education? So as I mentioned in the beginning, I will be sharing with you the documents, the available documents that we have, no, relevant to career guidance. So it started in 1954 through the Republic Act number 1124, creating a Board of National Education. The secondary school shall continue the unifying functions of elementary education by providing general education and seek to discover the varying abilities, interests, and aptitude of the youth and offer courses in the different fields of productive endeavor according to their interests. Notice here that it made mention of abilities, interests, and aptitude. Okay, as career always starts by knowing what you want or the likes and dislikes that you have when you were still a child. Okay, so part of the document is actually it must cultivate vocational efficiency, which help the students become effective members of their family and the community. For those who will continue in the colleges and universities, the secondary school must offer courses to prepare the students for an effective study in the institutions of higher learning. So it seems that time that the only curriculum exit that they know of was higher education. In 1959, Memorandum number 86, series of 1959, clarification of the guidance provisions of the revised Philippine Educational Program was issued that defines homeroom. So dito po natin nakuha yung konsepto natin ng homeroom, no? Sa Pilipinas. As units of organization which give the importance to the individual student and make him the core of all activities undertaken to help develop his personality and cultivate his social relationships with his classmates. Item 2 of that document says to supplement and strengthen the functions of the guidance personnel, homerooms should be organized in every school if they have not been organized yet, or school be properly or should be properly utilized if they are already functioning. So ito po yung sinasabi natin na they tap the help of teachers as homeroom advisors to really help our students in career pathing that time. In 1975, the Department Order number 6 series of 1975, homeroom period required in all secondary schools was issued. Item 1, since the nation's future leaders will come from the present high school population, there exists a need of developing among them a total commitment to the goals of the new society o yung bagong lipunan. Yung mga nakaabot po dito ha, shout out po sa inyo. They must be aided in their personal growth to enable them to maximize their self-fulfillment and their contribution to national development. Considering the fact that not all high schools have full function of the school, and in those that have them, the number does not usually suffice to help all students in school. Homeroom advisors can provide effective service in this direction. So what is happening now happened before, no? So dahil SCARS ang guidance counselor noong 1975, they asked the help of the advisors. After 7 years in 1982, Batas Pambansa bilang 232 or Education Act of 1982 was created, and its Part 3, Rule 1 stipulates that objectives of secondary education. Ano ba yung sinasabi ng objective na ito? Secondary education shall have the following objectives, and one of it is to discover and enhance the different aptitude and interests of the student so as to equip him with skills for production endeavor and or prepare him for more serious formal studies in higher education. As you can see, ang curriculum exit na naman na pinatutungkalan nito ay higher education. The said objective clearly pertains to career development of the students that time. In 1987, we all know that it's the year of the creation of our Philippine Constitution. Article 2, Section 13, the state shall recognize or recognizes the vital role of the youth in nation building and shall promote their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being. It shall inculcate in the youth patriotism and nationalism and encourage their involvement in public and civic affairs. In Article 14, Section 2, the state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and society, and that includes career pathing or career development of our learners. In 1989, so 2 years after the Philippine 1987 Constitution, through DEX Order number 11, implementation of the new secondary education curriculum o yung NSEC. Pamay na lang po kung sino po yung umabot sa NSEC dito, ha? Under the 1989 Secondary Education Development Program, the objective number 4 states that to acquire work, skills, knowledge, and information, and set of work ethic, essential for making an intelligent choice of an occupation or career, and for specialized training in specific occupations. So, ito pa ang sinasabi lang na may concern sila no to really hone or develop our learners in terms of skills, knowledge, and information regarding work ethic to have an intelligent choice no in terms of career pathing. In 1997, so Dex Order number 67 series of 1997 was issued describes RHGP vis-a-vis DO number 6 series of 1975. So 1997 pinanganak po ang RHGP. So sinasabi lang ng Dex order na ito that RHGP shall be reflected in the school program of every high school in the report cards and other school forms as RHGP. It should be handled by the section advisor and scheduled 40 minutes once a week in the first period of the class program. So pamay na lang po yung mga unabutan ang RHGP dito. Okay? So it should be a non-credit graded activity, thus a prerequisite for promotion to the next higher curriculum year and for graduation. Therefore, all students are required to participate in the RHGP activities. Basically, the objective was to introduce RHGP in public and private schools, technical and vocational institutions, and high school departments of state colleges and universities starting 1998 to 1999 nationwide. They thought as an outcome is students with developed personality prepared for their role in the family, the world of work, and the community. I would like to highlight the concept of world of work and preparation for the role in their family, which is part of curriculum development. A year after, DEX Order number 52 series of 1998 guidelines on the implementation of the RHGP and the system of rating and reporting student performance under the RHGP. Ano bang content nito? Bakit biglang naglabas a year after? Excuse. It introduces implementation guidelines vis-a-vis DEX Order number 67 series of 1997. So it instructs the regions to submit feedback on the program, particularly on the system of rating. Kasi nga po, graded ito and reporting student performance to BSE, Office of the Chief Curriculum Development Division. So it rescinds all prior DEX issuances inconsistent with the provisions of that DepEd order. Let me show you the topics per year level. As you can see here, ito po ay RHGP, ano? There are topics reflected from first year up to fourth year level. So there are topics like self-discovery for first year, knowing yourself, analyzing your interests and aptitudes, etc. Then this is for the second year. This is for the third year, the concept of career planning, writing a resume, up to attitude in job hunting. And then for the fourth year, going to college, where to search jobs, preparing for a job, qualities of a good employee. So dito, yung module ng fourth year, may touch na ng higher education and employment kahit papano. So in 2013, of course, alam naman natin na K-12 year ito, no? So, of course, part of RA 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 is its IRR, no? So, in 2013 nilabas yung IRR nito and part of the provisions of this IRR is rule number 5, the Career Guidance and Counseling Advocacy. Anong sinasabi dito? Section 17, to properly guide students to becoming productive and contributing individuals through informed career choices. The DepEd in coordination with DOLE, TESDA, CHED, PRC, NYC, industry associations, professional associations, and other relevant stakeholders, the DepEd shall pursue programs that expose students to the world and value of work and develop the capability of career counselors and advocates to guide the students and equip them with the necessary life skills and values. With the same document, Section 20 enumerates the role of DepEd. No? So ano bang dapat gagawin ng DepEd kapag ganito? So first, integrate career concepts in the curriculum and undertake teaching in relevant learning areas. As of the moment, career guidance is part of ESP as a topic and integrated in some modules. No? Conduct career assessments, conduct regular career advocacy activities, conduct continuous professionalization and capacity building of guidance counselors, career advocates, and peer facilitators, develop or accredit training programs on career advocacy, establish a career advocacy unit and provide adequate office space in high schools, and designate guidance supervisors at the division level and career advocates at the school level. After the different issuances have been released, like the DO number 25 series of 2013, guidelines on the conduct of career guidance week for high school students school year 2013 to 2014. So do you still recall how we started our modules for grade 10 students? So I think that was the time when our grade 10 students took the modules pertaining to career. No? A year after, DO number 41 series of 2015, Senior High School's Career Guidance Program and Early Registration was issued. Ang nangyayari kasi, kapag sabing career guidance, na-associate lagi sa early registration, which is partly sound naman, no? Dahil when you are going to choose a career path, it's in basic education, it has to start with the track or strand that you will take in senior high school. But however, career guidance program goes beyond modules, no? So, mas malawak pa yung tinitingnan natin doon. And then, this year, Senior High School Career Guidance Program and Early Registration was conducted. In 2016, through the DepEd Memo number 161, series of 2016, conduct of Senior High School Career Guidance Module and Early Registration for school year 2016 to 17. So they still made use of the existing modules for grade 10. And then in 2017, DepEd Memo number 165, series of 2017, implementation of grade 11 career guidance program for school year 2017 to 2018. So nagsimula tayo sa grade 10, and then now we have grade 11 modules. The next year, through the DepEd Memo number 169, series of 2018, implementation of grade 12 modules naman, career guidance modules. And then, after that, what happened in 2019? In 2019 is actually a big milestone, no, sa career guidance sa Pilipinas. Simply because Republic Act number 11206, or an act establishing a career guidance and counseling program for all secondary schools and appropriating funds therefore, was passed into law. Nagkabatas. So what are the objectives of this law? Why was there a need, no, to pass this into law? Number one, it aims to institutionalize a career guidance and counseling program for students in all public and private secondary schools nationwide in order to provide proper direction in pursuing subsequent tertiary education. But just to remind you again, curriculum exit is not only tertiary education. We have other three curriculum exits that students can choose from to equip secondary education students with the capability to make educated career decisions and expose them to relevant labor markets. The third objective is to ensure graduates of tertiary education meet the requirements of the government, industry, and the economy. The third objective has to be qualified because, as we all know, depth ed can only cater to basic education. If you will be asking me about its IRR, my answer is the department is yet to release it to public. Okay, so in the open forum later or during the Q&A, do not ask me about the IRR of RA number 11206 because the department is yet to release it to the public. Talking about this law, there are four important points that I would like to highlight. Number one is the creation of National Career Guidance and Counseling Program. So they are trying to establish, no, with or in coordination with the other agencies, they are trying to establish a national career guidance and counseling program for our schools. So it should start from the national level down to the schools. Another important point here is they want to strengthen the National Career Assessment Examination or the NCAE because this is actually useful in guiding our learners on the career path that they want to take. But let me give a reminder again that NCAE cannot be the sole basis of students' career path. It is just one of the many bases of career path of our students or curriculum exit of our students. Maybe in the future, this is my wishful thinking that there would be a lot of psychological assessment or even standardized assessment that could be given to our students to guide them, no, in terms of career decision and other aspects of their life. The third point here is the establishment of career guidance and counseling centers. So the proponents of this law wanted to ensure that there would be a physical place where students could go to if they want to be helped with their career pathing or career development. And the fourth item is very important for all of us, as you know that any program cannot cannot be conducted or cannot run without funding. The fourth item here is the appropriation of budget for career guidance program. Okay, as we all know, if we don't have any budget, any program would have a natural death. Another thing, so that's in 2019. Now, what about in 2020? What happened after? So this pandemic year, no, through DMCI 2020 number 00155, policy guidelines on the implementation of homeroom guidance during crisis situation was released. What's in need for career guidance? The standards and competencies of career development for students being reflected or being used in the modules of grades 11 and 12 are anchored on homeroom guidance curriculum. Why is that so? Remember that we are claiming that homeroom guidance curriculum is very comprehensive, developmental, and proactive. Comprehensive in a sense that it covers the three domains of students. No? So you have the academic domains, the personal social domains, and the career development domains. Developmental because it cuts across from kinder to grade 12. So all the standards under each domain is reflected in each grade level. Proactive because It equips our learners with life skills that they can use in any areas under each domain. Its vision is very clear in terms of career pathing. Homeroom guidance shall complement the department's goal, which is to produce holistically developed Filipinos who are able to achieve academic success, demonstrate healthy behavior, exemplify positive disposition, and systematically plan their future. This part is actually pertaining to career development of our learners. It shall produce learners who can work for the common good of society while upholding the international standard. So that's the vision of homeroom guidance. The mission of homeroom guidance did not fail to mention the career development domain of our learners. Homeroom guidance is dedicated to address the academic, personal, social, and career development needs of the learners in the developmental, comprehensive, and proactive manner. Also, in the curriculum framework of homeroom guidance, as you can see here, it clearly manifests how HG is guided by Crumbolt's, Super, and Gisberg career development theories. Just a review, though I know I already discussed this during the orientation of homeroom guidance. Crumbolt's theory of career development claims that genetic endowment that includes sex, race, developmental disabilities, innate talents affect the career choice of a person. Okay, so furthermore, the environment, life events, and learning experiences also shape one's career decisions. Kaya nga sinasabi natin na in any career decision, it has to factor in or consider other aspects of life for it to be uh, complementing the choice of the students. People's changing roles and priorities create great impact to their career direction. For instance, before pandemic, your student wants to be wants to take STEM. But during this pandemic, he or she changed his or her mind. He or she opted to be a a student. Another theory that guides the homeroom guidance is Super's developmental theory of career choice. So sabi niya dito, as a person, career advances, it undergoes 5 life stages. So si Super lagi tiyatandaan ko, 5 life chain stages lagi ang banggit niya. That include growth, exploration, establishment, maintenance, and decline. His concept of establishing a self-concept as a person grows plays as important role in identifying occupation. For instance, if you have a low self-esteem and you think of yourself as someone who cannot overcome the challenges of becoming a teacher or an engineer or even a doctor, so your idea of an occupation for you is maybe something else. You might be afraid of taking chances of becoming a doctor or nurses or a teacher, no, etc. The concept of vocational maturity, which may be attributed to a person's age, undergoes a cycle as manifested in his or her career transitions. So the concept of career development as a lifelong process. So paano tayo, saan natin kinuha na lifelong process ang career development? It's because of Ginsberg. Okay? As reflected in his career development domain of the program. So HG advocates the early inclusion of career concept in the lives of our learners and guide them as they discover the path that they want to take. As you can see, we are guided here by career developmental theories for us to really formulate the standards for career in homeroom guidance. Homeroom guidance has 4 standards for career development. I will not discuss this one by one as I already did in the homeroom guidance orientation. Just find our video on that if you want to uh, have a detailed discussion on this one. So from understanding up to implementation of steps toward the realization of chosen profession, those are the standards under career domain. For each standard, it has what we call the competencies. No, so when we talk about competencies, those are anchored on standards. So standards, competencies indicators. So when you look at the curriculum guide, the homeroom guidance, we could see those things. So these are just the competencies under each standard. In each standard, there are 2 to 4 competencies. And under each competency, there are competency indicators per grade level or per key stage. Okay? So let's talk about the present moment. Tapos na yung 2020, no? Pang kahapon lang. What about in 2021? In 2021, kakalabas lang nung DMOUCI 2021-0015, which states the Career Guidance Program for school year 2020 to 2021, which is the highlight of this activity. The focal person, Ms. Jonna Valdez, will be the one to discuss the important provisions of the Career Guidance Program. No? Let me end my talk with this quote from John Wooden. Things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out. We are a work in progress. There are things that are beyond our control. So what we can do is to really make the best out of what we do. So yun lamang po at maraming salamat. Isang karangalan, paglingkuran ang sambayanan. Salamat po.